All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Styx has dropped another song from their much anticipated album, Crash of the Crown. The song is called Reveries. I had to go look up what reveries is or what it means. Apparently, it talks about how um, you're basically thinking or musing or pondering something all day long. Um, the song itself has a lot of different things going on, but primarily rooted in like Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, maybe the Beatles to some degree. Um, the upside to the song is it's about 3 minutes long. It has this nice acoustic guitar work in there, and I like those things. It's organic, so I like that. It's probably better than most stuff being manufactured and being put on the radio today. But with that said, Lawrence Gowan is your primary vocalist here, and I'm just not a fan. If you dig into Gowan's history, you find out that he's this guy who's very theatrical, and he replaced a guy who was supposedly too theatrical and had his own vision, and he was a crooner and so forth. But if you go back and listen to Gowan's music in the past, I think of people like Nick Kershaw, Howard Jones, and Thomas Dolby. That's kind of when I hear Gowan, that's what I kind of envision. I won't mention the whole lollipop guild thing. I used to say that all the time and used to catch a lot of grief for that. So I won't talk about, Lilliputians or anything like that. His lead vocals just don't work for me. Styx had opportunities to find someone who, at least if you're going to get rid of Dennis, find somebody who sounds like Dennis DeYoung. Mark Shearer comes to mind. Toby Hitchcock comes to mind. Danny Vaughan comes to mind. There are people out there who could do this, who could deliver on sort of these smooth and powerful vocals, almost classically trained sounding vocals that Dennis DeYoung had. The complaints about Dennis, when you hear Gowan sing, the complaints about Dennis to me should just evaporate. I'm not saying Gowan can't sing. I'm not saying he can't play keyboards. What I am saying is he just doesn't fit. And when you do this kind of proggy sort of pop progressive thing that you're trying to pull off here, his voice doesn't match up. His voice would work in an 80s synthesizer driven tune because that's his history, and his vocal is really complementary to that style of music. You need far more muscle to pull this new sound off. What I would say is you make Tommy Shaw your primary vocalist now in the band. And that happens in a lot of bands when one vocalist leaves, the other one becomes your more primary vocalist, and he assumes most of the vocal duties. People can relate to Tommy Shaw. They like his voice for the most part, and I like his voice far better than Lawrence Gowan's voice. And obviously, JY is not a lead vocalist. I don't know why the band keeps putting him out there as a lead singer. I mean, you could let JY sing a line or two, and you might have Gowan sing a line or two. I know they're making a big deal about the first single, how it had 3 different lead singers, and first time in the history of Styx. Well, in the past, there was really no need to do that because you had 2 really strong vocalists. And I don't know why you add a third just because you say you can add a third. I would stick to the people who can actually sing. That's what I would do. But overall, I would give this song like a C plus rating if I were grading. And that's a little bit on a curve because I like the instrumentation. The song appears to be part of another song because the song ends abruptly, sounds like it was about to transition into another song. So this might be kind of a concept album, much like The Mission was. Here, the 2 songs are running together. So in context, it might be better to hear the song with what's coming next. That might actually make it better. But for me, again, this is where I miss Dennis DeYoung in this group, and I have for years, and a lot of fans do miss Dennis DeYoung. Dennis has, coincidentally, material coming out which is very classic. I've heard it. I know it. I think fans will like it. Right around the same time this new Styx album drops, the new Dennis DeYoung album will be coming out as well. So that'll be very interesting to see. Who does better? I don't know. I know the brand carries a lot of weight, but I also know that Dennis DeYoung is a brilliant musician, and this is his last album. He's not going to be recording anymore after this album comes out. So that's my video. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all soon.